Hi, it's Dr. Julie Gilbert from Oregon Weight and Wellness, and I'm here with Rachel Matthews. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing today?
Great. It's a sunny day.
The sun is out!
Spirits are high.
I'm going to be outside as soon as I can. Actually, my two sons were home for one was spring break, and the other one came to see brother.
Very cool.
Yes, mother too, but brother. But anyway, so they like to do coffee on the porch. So we had coffee on the porch this morning. It was very lovely.
Light.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was great.
Nice.
Yeah, which kind of, could be part of what we're talking about today. And Rachel, we're on our last chapter.
I know.
This book.
Last chapter.
Yeah.
We did it.
It's awesome. It's been a great conversation all about sleep and how important it is. Mm-hmm. It is so important for your health.
It is. And it's what a great timing. I mean, we didn't plan this, but we're wrapping up right after the time change. Mm-hmm. And this is actually National Sleep Awareness Week.
What?
I know. Yeah. I'm running a challenge in my Facebook group all around sleep this week. And so it's a perfect timing, but I mean, we cannot emphasize enough, right? How important sleep is. I mean,
so important.
If you doubt it for a minute, you got to read this book or do your own research. But it's a superpower to be.
Or just look at your own life and your health and your wellness and your own body. Yeah. How's your day go when you've had good sleep?
Right.
Versus when you haven't had good sleep. So.
And that's a great point too, because I hear a lot of people say, I'm a night owl. I don't like getting up in the morning. I don't wake, they have this identity. And I know that there is a small percentage of the population who truly do have a later circadian rhythm.
Sure.
However, what I would ask is the same thing you're saying. Check in with yourself. Yeah. If you're a night owl, how's that working for you?
Right.
Are you successful, happy, succeeding in the things that you want in life, feeling healthy and balanced during the day?
Mm-hmm.
If not, maybe you're not a night owl. Maybe you just became a night owl based on circumstances, and you're not actually a night owl. I always told myself I was a night owl. I am not a night owl.
Yeah. I'm definitely a morning person. Yeah. I get at 5 to 12, I am like on fire from 5 to 12. Yeah.
Energy, creativity, productivity, all engines going. Yeah, I agree. And I thrive on that, right? Like I want more of that every day. Yeah. So that's part of what gets me out of bed every morning.
That's right. Yeah. So I told my kids 9:00.
Bye.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So we're on our last chapter, and it's about grounding.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about what were his major points on grounding?
Yeah. So he says, get grounded. Now there's a lot of stuff in here that I won't be able to summarize well and speak intelligently about because I just don't fully understand it.
Right. The bottom line is put your tootsies on the earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Get in touch with nature. And we mean physically in touch. So it's one thing to forest bathe, right? The Japanese coined that term forest bathe, where you're walking in and among the trees and nature and grass and natural elements, where you're breathing in the pheromones of the trees. There's a symbiosis between what the trees exhale and what we breathe in, and connected to mental health.
Oxygen, carbon dioxide, all that stuff.
Yes, all this stuff. So nature, we know how it impacts mental health. But grounding is more than that. Grounding is touching it.
Yes.
With your bare skin.
Right. Because you're transferring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's electrons transfer because we are electromagnetic beings.
Yes. We are living. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. And so there's a transfer of electrons in a health benefit way.
Yes.
Right. When you touch the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I started to practice. I feed my dogs in the morning, and I don't wear shoes or slippers or anything outside. We feed them outside. And I think I've said this before. So, but what his point was, I got to be out there for 10 minutes.
If your little tootsies are cold, and we're talking about like no shoes. right?
No shoes.
Any kind of a rubber sole blocks that electron
Right.
transfer.
Right.
And the concrete is not nature.
Right.
We're talking about like grass. Like it's hard to think about, because when I look around my house and my world, I think of, I have these plots of grass and I have the bark chips. But other than that, it's concrete, it's driveway, it's my house. My house is not, you know, I mean, I have some plants in my house, right? So I can touch those. But yeah, it's actually getting your tootsies, your feet and toes in the grass, in the dirt, in the mud, touching the bark of a tree. I mean, this sounds, you know, kind of woo-woo, but there's science behind it.
Yeah. You're helping that transfer of electrons, and because you're just by living, you're creating free radical damage.
Right.
And so, and that grounding helps that transfer of electrons.
Yeah. And he talks about the positive charges and the negative charges.
Yeah. Yes. Very interesting. Yeah. So his tip, what are some of his tips?
So his tips. Yeah. Look this up if you guys have never heard. This was, when I read this book, it was the very first time I had ever heard of that term grounding. So if you're not sure, look it up. One of his tips, like you already mentioned, ground for 10 minutes a day. The second one is, there are ways to ground without using the earth. So a grounding mat. There's these grounding mats that charge somehow. They're plugged in and they do something. They don't electrocute you. They do something though. And there's grounding sheets like that you can put on your bed, grounding clothing. So I haven't looked into this. Have you explored any of this?
Yeah, well, he has for people who buy his book, you know, and we obviously have the book. He's got this whole resource page that you can go to online, and I clicked around on that resource page and found the grounding mat, and there's sheets, and it's 98% cotton, and then there's these other little fibers weaved in that improves the conductivity when you use the grounding mat that you put on your mattress pad. It's like a mattress pad.
It's like a mattress pad.
So, that gets plugged in. So so to be fair, I haven't, other than looking at this, I don't know what the effectiveness in it, although, you know, the customer reviews say, yay, this never slept better, whatever. So it was pretty kind of a spendy. I mean, so a king size bed, $600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there are grounding mats you can stand on or put underneath your chair, like your desk or your chair, which would probably be more affordable,
less expensive. Sure. And there are shoes that you can wear in your house that are $29 or whatever. So, but I think the best thing is the natural thing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's free.
It is. You know, okay, I'm gonna bring a little pop culture in for all of you folks who remember the movie Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. And I'll never forget this. There's a scene where he's stressed out, he's in a business suit, he's all freaked out about what's going on in his life. And the next scene is him at the park. And he's got his socks and shoes off and his business pants hiked up, and he's just walking in the grass in circles, you know, and he's feeling the grass. And that made such an impression on me. I was in high school when that movie came out. Such an impression on me that he was finding soothing, comforting. It was a place to think and to figure his life out. Right. But he was grounding.
Yeah. So, right. Looking back. Yeah. He was grounding. That's right. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah.
So here's his final power tip, which I think is really fascinating. I haven't tried this yet. I don't travel a lot via airplane, but grounding after travel to reduce jet lag. So he says, because grounding has been proven to sync your body's circadian clock with the normal diurnal patterns of the earth, getting grounded after a flight is a smart thing to do. So try it.
Yeah. I'm all for it. So that's my next thing, is to increase, to get in the grass, and then 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I can do it. It doesn't have to be in the morning, right? It can be anytime. I mean, it's gorgeous. Yeah. So, and the days are getting longer now, or they're getting longer. More light.
You could definitely take it in the morning to get that early morning light to help with your circadian rhythm and grounding. Right. I mean, and I've had a lot of people when I used to run this, when we were doing this class, I had a lot of people ask, does the water count? Like if you get in your bathtub, and I don't know. I mean, water's not living, though maybe it could have living. Is it in the ocean? Is that grounding?
Well, I mean, they talk about grounding on the sand. I mean, walking in the sand and being in the ocean. Yeah, both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, so these are things that good questions to explore.
Yeah. But I don't think a bathtub counts. I mean, but I don't know.
It does other things. It does other things like that.
Other things. Yeah. Get in the bathtub for your warm bath at night to cool your system and get ready for bed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Full circle. All the things.
Yeah. All the things. Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, maybe we're going to do a challenge next week. Maybe we'll wrap it up next week.
Okay.
And then talk about where we're going next.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. And so we'll do that next week. But Rachel, in the meantime, right now, why don't you tell us what's for dinner?
Yeah. So for dinner is leftovers. I made a big Asian stir fry yesterday and made enough to have leftovers with some sauteed tempeh. And I was talking to our other coach, Megan, and she was talking about challenging her folks in her slow down diet right now to get the 30 different, fruits and vegetables, 30 different plants in a week. And she's got a PDF that she's helping them track it. And I thought, I wonder what's in what I just ate, I had 15 different plants.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was a delicious stir fry with tons of veggies, but I use things in particular that I don't use very often, like bok choy.
Yeah.
I don't do it often. I'm trying to get in the habit of buying it more often and using it more often. So that was a fun one for me to throw in there.
I love bok choy because it's that crunch.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
Like a celery crunch, but not stringy. I mean, I like celery. I'm not going to throw celery under the bus, but yeah, I can just break off a stalk and eat it. I don't know. It gives me that just something.
It's got two things, and because it's got like the end part is kind of like celery, but then the leafy green part is deep, dark, beautiful green.
Yes, right.
So it's got both parts.
Both. Yeah, that's great.
So that's for dinner. Leftovers.
Yeah. So I am trying to do a fast. I know. So, so I will have maybe a lunch after salad for lunch right after, because I'm just trying to go into my fast with less protein just to turn down mTOR. And so I'm trying to do a fast until tomorrow then at this time. So yeah.
So you're starting after lunch today and then you're going until tomorrow, a 24-hour fast.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. We're talking about fasting and longevity a lot these days with our group that's going on, and there's so much in the media and news. And so it's, I know a lot of your patients are playing around with the intermittent fasting and time restricted and so it's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, you enjoy your yummy salad and
salad for lunch and stir fry for dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
too.
Yeah. Thanks so much. All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.